Hello and welcome to another Pauper video. Today we're playing Poison Storm. We're going to play more of a Turbo Fog focused version of this. We've noticed that there's blue-white glitters, mono-red Kuldotha, blue Terror. People are just trying to slam in and smash you down with big creatures or all at once in one turn. So because of that, Moment's Peace is relatively good. We're going to take 3 Moment's Peace, 3 Weather the Storm for the main deck, with 1 Muddle the Mixture to find the 4th copy essentially of either Peace or Weather the Storm, whatever one we want. And in order to make space here, I'm cutting on Thirsting Roots, which we were using before, going up to 20 lands and adding an extra green source. So instead of playing the Thirsting Roots, I decided I'm going to try out the Steady Progress. So it's a little bit more card draw in the deck. And then we just are playing 7 Infect spells with 3 Prologue to Phyresis, give each opponent a poison counter, draw a card. 4 Infectious Inquiry just because it's more card draw. We've got our 8 mana rocks with Pentad Prism and Everflowing Chalice. So that's pretty much the deck. I just decided I want to really increase my ability to have good keeps. So I'm going to 20 lands. I want to have a fog, and that's my plan. For the sideboard, playing 4 Anoint with Affliction. I think this is good against blue-white glitters, combined with Moment's Peace. We have 4 Bring the Endings for control decks, Arms of Hadar to bring in against go wide decks, potentially the burn deck as well. 2 Serrated Arrows to take out fairies, or this is a good ping thing, good for decks that aren't super fast but have a lot of creatures. 1 more Moment's Peace and 1 Weather the Storm. So that's going to be the deck. Just want to try out something fun for now. Pauper's kind of in a holding pattern of mono red versus mono blue. So we'll get what we need to do, and hopefully we either find some new ways to attack the meta or the meta changes at some point. We'll see you in the matches. Don't forget to give me a like and subscribe. Hit up the Patreon if you want to learn more about these decks. Yeah, we'll see you there. Round 1 versus Tart on blue-black fairies. I'm going to keep this one. We know he always plays fairies. It's just his jam. Play Peat Bog, and then I can turn to the Inquiry to draw some cards. Hopefully we don't get hammered by the fairies. Moment's Peace and Weather Storm are both not super good against that deck. But in the sideboard, the Anoint with Afflictions and the Serrated Arrows are both very good. They have a Preordain. We basically just want to try to not get ninja'd. They went top, so they likely have a bunch of counterspells. We're going to play an Infectious Inquiry. Now you're poisoned. Drawing Pentad Prism there was awesome because now if they tap out, we can slam the Pentad Prism. Plays an Obscura Storefront. I'm expecting a cantrip. They play a Fairy Seer. They went bottom on the Fairy Seer. So I think I have to just get the Prism into play. Play with 2 colors and pass the turn. And then next turn, I'm going to try to do some stuff. I'll play the Peat Bog out. If they tap out for a Ninja here, that'd be great for me. They don't tap out. So let's play the Sappers and Scary, pass until the next end step. In case they tap low and we can hit the Augury. Okay. No land. Gets in for 1. No other spells. Okay, pass the turn. That's fine. Peat Bog, pass the turn. They're going to flash in a Spellstutter Sprite. Okay. Play Cycle's Lorien Revealed, probably for the black land. Let's see. So there's the Ice Tunnel like I thought. Okay, Tart, I'm a little disappointed that this is foil, and this is foil, and this is foil, but Fairy Seer is not foil. Okay, so what we can do is cast the Augury. It'll eat a counterspell, and then we're going to slam Insight on our turn. Twink. If it doesn't eat a counterspell, that's great too, because then we have enough mana to cast everything. Can go double Insight. They would have to have a counterspell exactly. Okay, we want the Deep Analysis because that's very good against a control strategy. Doot. Right, add counters. They're at 2. I told Tart that I wanted his Fairy Seer to be flail, but he did not respond. We could also have taken the steady progress to just play that end of turn. Draw. So right now we have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 mana. My expectation is that he's going to play a counterspell. So let's Vivisurgent's Insight. There's the counterspell. Then we can draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 2, 2. Just add mana, play a blue land, and pass the turn. Now, they're going to cast Thorn on the Black Rose. That's very good for me, especially that they're tapping out. Gets in for 2, which does not matter at all. Maybe matters a little teeny bit. Let's play a Woodlot. Go do cast Vivisurgent's Insight. To 4 poison. Add the counters. So now I have 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. I think I'm gonna prologue, see what I get. Another prologue, just prologue again. It's good to get these. Ooh. It's good to get those out underneath Spellstutter Sprite. Now I'm gonna augury here. Ooh. I think I'll just take the Contentious Plan. In the order U, they go to 7 poison. And then let's plan. Now they go to 8 poison. And that's fine. Now we have a Vivisurgent's Insight. Okay. Pass the turn, discarding Woodlot, Forest. We just have so much mana. We're just sitting around, drawing cards, and killing our opponent. Feels good. All right. Now we want the arrows. Don't want that Moment's Peace at all. The question is, do we want to bring in Arms of Hadar or Anoint with Affliction? And I think it's going to be the Anoints. I'm going to get rid of a Weather. Let's get rid of 2 Chalices because they're easy Spellstutter Sprite targets and submit. I want to have a little bit of Weather the Storm in the deck just to be able to not get beat down by 1/1s. Okay, we have a hand that's pretty good. So we have the fast arrows. We also have Pentad Prism. If our opponent taps out for a ninja, we can go Pentad Prism plus Augury. If they don't tap out for a ninja, we have to just play our lands. And having some land drops is good in a control matchup. 2 mana. Okay, passes the turn. Island. I wonder if they're going to bring in something like, okay, I wonder if they're going to bring in something like an annul. We don't have that many artifacts. So they went for an end step Brainstorm, Blaze Ice Tunnel. They're going to attack. Okay. Alright, so do you have a counterspell? No counterspell for our opponent. Okay, your fairy's dead though. Dead to me. Flashing a Spellstutter Sprite, which is okay. Here they're going to Ninja. Okay. So my plan is to play out this Pentad Prism. And then arrows this. And then cast a Augury. They don't have the counterspell. So we're going to take the Contentious Plan. Murder your ninja. Get some mana back. Your turn. So Rated Arrows is strong. We could have played a Contentious Plan here, but I don't know if it's necessary. I want to just proliferate onto my lands to keep them alive. We have another ninja. Okay. That's where an Anoint with Affliction would have been good here. We don't draw land. We have a Muddle and Mixture, which is nice. Okay, so we can pop the ninja. Draw. Well, yeah, let's just draw off the Contentious Plan. Go for a counterspell, and we have our own one of counterspell. Doink. Okay, draw some cards. 1, 2, doot, doot, doot. And then we can play Never Flowing Chalice. Pass the turn. Now we're looking to play Vivisurgence Insights and stuff. Just keep their creatures off the table. We're playing Thorn of the Black Rose. Okay. So I can put a counter on the Thorn and then Insight. The Thorn doesn't present a lot of, it's not that scary for me, but it does give them the ability to ninja. So let's just, guess keep the green mana open. Go for Augury. We still haven't, okay, there's an Inquiry. So you get a counter. Done. And then we will finally poison them and cast Insight. We have a Spell Pierce, which is a bummer, but we're going to pay. Well, to do. All right, your turn. It's okay to lose the Pentad Prism there. It's a bummer, but it's fine. Now they can continue to draw cards per turn, but all their creatures are going to stay off the battlefield. They can play out an Angler, it doesn't really matter. I can kill it. Scary. Play Pentad Prism. Let's just murder your Angler. Counterspell for our opponent. Okay. So let's first start on drawing cards. Here goes this. Then we can draw you, your Angler. Okay. Draw a card. Inquiry. I guess I'm gonna weather the storm. Boing. Your turn. So now they have a 3/3 fishy, and they scooped it up. All right. All right, on to the next. Okay, round 2. We're 1-0. We're versus Villa da la Cava. Or Villa de Cava. I don't know. I'm not going to try to pronounce her name. I just learned that I've been pronouncing Gia incorrectly. Okay. We're going to keep this because I am not afraid of taking a risk. I have exactly Pentad Prism into Augury for blue mana. Now I'm very afraid. I need blue mana now pretty badly. Or I need my opponent to tap out. We're going to play Woodlot and pass the turn. Looks like they are on some sort of terror variant, most likely blue terror, just mono blue. Which is, you know, with Moment's Peace, we should be okay. Okay, they play an island. Pass the turn. I see your island with my own land and pass the turn. Casting a Consider. Milling Deep Analysis. They're going to brainstorm again. Lots of cantripping. So are they going to upkeep? Nope. So let's see if they're brainstorm locked. They play an island. They have 4 in the graveyard, so at this point they can play a terror. So my hope at this moment is that they play a terror. Looks like they're going to not, though. Passes the turn. Okay, I'm going to go for Vexus Inquiry. And then if they let this resolve, I'll discard Deep Analysis to hand size. Most likely. They're going to counterspell. Okay. So the reason for doing that is that if they had a counterspell, the spell that matters the most to me is Pentad Prism. So I'm trying to be able to resolve that. And they countered one thing, so hopefully they don't have 2 more counters in hand. Opponent mills some more, Thought Scour, blah, blah, blah. Plays an island. Thinks it through. Analysis. Thought Scour targeting themselves, milling Counterspell, Spell Pierce. And they finally play a Delver as their first threat. Okay, so we are doing okay now. We have a Scary, which is very good. We can play Pentad Prism, and then use the floating mana for a blue, cast Experimental Augury, find a Contentious Plan or a Scary. I think I want the Contentious Plan. Done. So now I think I'm going to pass. We could go Contentious Plan into Weather the Storm and gain 12, but I just don't think it's worth that much right now to do a gain 12. They do not flip. 7 cards in hand for our opponent. They will attack for 1 and put us to 19. Finally getting in. Let's see if they slam some creatures. They mental note. They just can't find a terror to save their lives, I guess. Delver. 3 mana open. We have 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with Infectious Inquiry here. No counterspell. Play an island. Use a Contentious Plan. I guess it's possible that they're waiting. Okay, phew. They did not have it. I was afraid that would get counterspelled. Certainly likely that they have a Spell Pierce here. Scary has way too many counters. I should have used that. Do I want to do anything else? I think no. Pass the turn. I want to try to resolve an Insight next turn, I think. Yield until next end step. I assume my opponent's going to flip it this time. What they can do is see if the first one flips and then Thought Scour to try to flip the second one. They're going to cycle a Lorien Revealed, so they get an island. And now, will the second one flip? They have island in hand. Second one does not flip. Plays the island. I do like this art one. Battle for Zendikar, right? Zendikar Rising. Okay. Gets in for 2. They're just hanging out, getting in for 2 over and over. They're at 2 poison though. We can play this scary 2, 4. Going to attempt to draw 3. Regular counterspell. Okay. So many counters they used. 1, 2, 3. We'll try it again. Next turn. Okay, let's yield to these Delvers again. Right now I've got Weather the Storms to gain life back, so these Delvers are not going to be that big of a deal. They're cycling Lorien Revealed again instead of using it to draw cards, I guess. So I get another island after not flipping the first one. This first opponent, you are very unlucky. Another island, 4 cards in hand. No terrors, no nothing. They're gonna play Deep Analysis. Okay. Swings for 2. Sure. All right, my turn. Okay, attempt to Visitor's Insight. 1, 2, 3. A mental note, looking for Spell Pierce, I guess. Then mill. Thought Scour Island. Okay. Force Spike, huh? Sure, I'll pay. You. Do. Okay. Play the Peat Bog. Let's go ahead and progress. You. Do. I was using progress here because I want to be able to cast this Weather the Storm. Oh yeah. Find a Pentad Prism. Another Storm Count. And we just go ahead and play Weather. Pass the turn. Gain 18 life. You got some 1/1s. 4 cards in hand. Force Spike not looking too good right now. They're playing Spell Pierce and Force Spike, and apparently no. How are you just missing constantly? Plays another island. Okay, Cryptic Serpent finally. They're going to Deep Analysis. They have 4 mana available. They're going to play Tolarian Terror. Really not very worried because of the Moment's Pieces. So, versus this deck, actually, Serrated Arrows can be pretty nice. Okay, Pentad Prism. We're going to attempt to Vivisurgeon's Insight. Did you find your last counterspell? What? Sure, I will pay the 1. How many Force Spikes do you have in hand? Okay. Gotta get while the getting's good, I guess. All right, so now we have 5 mana, or they're at 5 poison. Play another land. Let's just draw some cards, I guess. Doing. See if we can draw into some more stuff to do. All right. So we find an experimental augury, which is a ritual. Find chalice. Okay. Putting mana on my stuff. Let's cast the chalice for 1. And then let's gain some life. Boom. Your turn. Another 21 life. I think it's possible that they're just not flipping their Delvers because they don't want me to know what's in their hand, but they keep drawing spells because they had spells. It's in for 13. I'm not going to use the Moment's Peace at the moment. It's not really necessary. I'm at 50 life. Plays a land. Okay. 2 mana. Uses black mana. Cast my Insight. They're F6 here. Trying to click on my stuff. And finally finish clicking. Play the scary. Let's just cast the Contentious Land then. You're at 8. So much mana. So many permanents. Contentious Land again. 9. Okay. We have basically infinite mana. Time to progress. Now we don't actually have to click here because they're going to be dead. But I want to actually get all the value. Flip all my dice. That's what I came here for. I wanted to draw cards and flip dice and win games. You are dead. So the arrows are good. I'm going to bring down on the chalices. I think the annoyance. I think this is fine. Just bringing in arrows for chalice. Obviously, we were fine as was. Handled everything, but the arrows just give us some extra. So let's just submit it that way. Okay, post board, we here have 3 land drops, and we have Contentious Plan or Augury. So we can actually start to proliferate a little bit. It's not the greatest because we only have 1 blue source, but we probably just want to get stuff down and start moving. Land, pass. Okay, so feel like I probably want to play the Peat Bog just to try to get the arrows down. They have a mental note. We know they have Force Spikes. We know they have Spell Pierces, potentially Annuls. They squealed with joy in the chat because they finally blind flipped a Delver. It's funny. Psycholorian revealed for another island. We're going to play the scary out, pass the turn. They Thought Scour themselves, milling Island, Thought Scour. I think the next turn I'm going to play the Peat Bog. If they don't tap out this turn, then I'll pass. And then yield until next end step, so that if they do tap out at end step, I can just Experimental Augury. I could also go Contentious Plan into Augury right now, but double Spell Pierce maybe, Force Spike would be a problem. Bog, that's the turn. I'm gonna go turn off the Mental Note. The Militaire. Are they gonna Mental Note again? I say yes. I cast a Brainstorm. I'll let that resolve. Then I am going to cast the Augury so that I can have more counters on these, and then I have the Infectious Inquiry that I can cast. Then if they counter the Inquiry, I can go Array Arrows, bonk. I'll have 7 mana next turn. It would also be good to use the Inquiry as bait, and then be able to resolve something like a Pentad Prism or a Chalice, but we took some Chalices out. Let's go Augury. Green source would also be nice. I really like a Pentad Prism, so gotta take the Hickory Woodlot here. Just because I'm starting to get low on life. That's the turn. Mental Note again, milling Spell Pierce, Brainstorm. That was on upkeep, so they're clearing their Brainstorm. It looks like they're gonna, okay, they're cycling a Lorien Revealed. Plays an island. So I guess at this point we can just kill their Delver. They'd have to have an annul. They're gonna cast a Terror. This is 8 damage. So I'll go Woodlot, play Serrated Arrows, bop this, land, Delver dead, and I'm done. Next turn I can get a Weather the Storm to gain some life. And I can also put the counter on the Terror, so it'll be a 4/4 instead of a 5/5, but it'll cost me 2 mana. But then I'm planning on Weather the Storming. We cycle again. It's in for 5. That puts us to 6. Plays a Cryptic Serpent. Alrighty, so let's see what we can do. First things first, arrows. Play land. Let's cast this with multi-kicker. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. So we would lose to a Spell Pierce if they Spell Pierce the Vivisurgeon's Insight. But I really want to get that off. Let's try casting the Insight. If they let this resolve, we'd be good. Okay, Serpent, put some mana, put some stuff. Okay, done. Let's poison you. They can Spell Pierce now. Do the spell. So I Weather Storm. We're at 21. We're taking 9. We've got double Moment's Peace lined up. Bonk. No. So they bounce the arrows, but that doesn't. I mean, it's kind of annoying. It's haven't made that much of an impact, though. I guess it makes it harder for me to actually accomplish my goals. Looking for this. Okay, land. I will cast the Inquiry. Let's cast the Serrated Arrows. Give it a null. Okay. I think I'm gonna Augury here. Take the Muddle the Mixture. This. Then I'm gonna set an upkeep stop and pass the turn. And then just play Moment's Peace at the beginning of the turn. They let that resolve. There's a Serpent, 2 cards in hand. So we can Insight plus Counterspell on a Contentious Plan. We cast Insight first. They have Counterspell. We will counter back. 3 cards. You, 1, 2. You. We get to play our Forest and pass the turn. Now I have a ton of mana, and I'm slowly chopping down their creature. Let's cast the Moment's Peace. See what they do. Try to do it on upkeep so they have limited options. They let that happen. Okay. Delver. Okay, so another threat. I'm just going to cast another Insight. See if I can get this to resolve. Yay. Boom. Boom. Counters on my stuff. Play a land. Let's play a Prism. I'm going to Contentious Plan a couple of times. They're going to be at 5 poison. 1, 2, 5. It's new again. Okay, finally clicked on my stuff. Done. Pass to the upkeep again. It's Moment's Peace. Then I'll cast a Steady Progress. Do just 7 poison. Okay, done. And then I'm just going to poison you again. Poison. Doink. Now you're at 8. I have 1 in hand. Pass the turn. You already cast the Moment's Peace this turn. Almost cast it again. Okay. No tax. Plays a Delver. Let's just cast Inquiry. Don't really need to float that much black. And we have another one. Donk. Okay, GG, 2-0. Let's go on to round 3. Round 3, Batra DS. Let's go. Turn off this upkeep stop. I think this is probably okay. I'm going to keep. The reason being I can turn 2 Chalice into Prologue and still have 2 mana available. And if something good happens, then I'll draw a proliferation spell. We only have 4 of the 2 mana ones though. Scary. Pass the turn. So it's a little bit of a risk. A little bit of a risk here. Forest. Could be anything. Essence Warden. That's not what I expected. Okay, let's go Chalice. Probably is some sort of aggressive deck. I'm going to Prologue just to get the poisoning going. Alright, that was a mistake, I guess. Well, I don't know. So we got them poisoned. Next turn we're going to go Contentious Plan off the Chalice and the Island. We're just looking to draw another land. Quirion Ranger, so they are Elves. Their Essence Warden doesn't matter. We've got a lot of sideboard for the Elves. Got all the Anoints, got the Arms. Serrated Arrows is probably going to be too slow. Birchlore Rangers, another 22. They can attack for 1. They already used the Quirion. We can make 1 more mana, play a 1-drop. Make 1 more mana, play another 1-drop. Gets in for 1. Okay. Right. Kind of sad to just play a weak Contentious Plan here. Ugh, I don't think I can do that. Let's pass the turn. I was considering playing the Everflowing Chalice there, but I just don't have enough blue sources. I really have to be able to resolve this Vivisurgeon's Insight this next turn. They're tapping, I'm tapping, playing Elvish Vanguards, playing their Forest again, playing something else. There's a Well-Wisher. So you can tell that this is a burn format, huh? Well-Wisher, Essence Warden, okay. Smacks in. We're going to try to draw 3 cards. You, and this and this. Done. Play land. Pass the turn. Okay, I will discard the Deep Analysis. Pass the turn. I can tap the Chalice for 3, play another Chalice on 1, then cast Contentious Plan. So I'll have 3 blue and 2 from the Chalice. Just really need some sort of green source so I can cast my Moment's Peace. Because soon enough they're going to have lethal. They're attempting to use Distant Melody by tapping their creatures and untapping. You got it, Brody. Come on, Batra. That's Distant Melody. So they draw 5 cards with Distant Melody, and now they have 1 mana available. Cast this for 1. Okay. Cast Contentious Plan. Put you to 4. We have a Pentad Prism. So we have to cast a Pentad Prism. It has no counter. It just has 1 counter on it. And then we can study progress. And now we're going. Doink. Now a Peat Bog. Okay. Feel much better now. Don't think they can kill us this turn, but we'll see. They're at 5. We have 2 poison in hand. We have a Moment's Peace and a Weather the Storm. Can we dig it? My Moment's Peace is pretty good in the meta. Looks like they're going to play a Lissalana. I'm just going to F6 and let them do their thing. Our opponent's going to have a lot of triggers. And they're just going to spew their hand, using the Lissalana to get more creatures, which they can tap with the Birchlore Rangers. Plays a Jaspera Sentinel, gets a creature. Our opponent should probably be concerned about the possibility of going to time, although I guess we shouldn't F6. Because right now, they could potentially make their Elvish Vanguard big enough to kill us, right? If they spew enough creatures onto the table, if they have like another Lead the Stampede somehow, or Distant Melody. 2 mana. Cast a Priest of Titania. So next turn, they are going to cast a million things, potentially their entire deck. So now they have a 10-10. Hopefully that's all they can do. There's another Versatile Rangers. Okay, that's 12 damage right now. And they attack for 12. Okay, perfect. Okay, I'm not dead, and that is what I wanted. Pass the turn. Okay, Vivisurgeon's Insight. Alright. I'm going to play it off this other chalice. Cast this. You. Doink, 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 doink. Okay, they're at the 6. Just plan. You. Okay, so that gives us a mana back. Contentious plan again. You. Okay, I think we're just going to win here. That's nice. Augury. Get Insight. You. Done. And then we're going to draw some cards and kill them. Donk. That's fun. Turn 6, and our Elves opponent was very, 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 very slow at actually developing. Not playing the game, it's just that they did not develop in time. Okay, how are we going to kill them? We need the Arms of Hadar to wipe the board. Anoint with Affliction potentially as well. The question is whether the Storm is going to be good enough. I think I'm going to bring some down. So there's a lot going on here, right? Moment's Peace, Weather the Storm. If we want to just transition into a full removal plan, that might be okay. Let's think this through. Get rid of these, the muddle, one piece. So we've got 2 fogs and 7 removal spells. But we are reliant on black more now. We have the black mana, Experimental Augury to find our removal spells. We can cast Vivisurgeon's Insight on turn 3. Okay, I'm going to keep it. Really just trying to find an Arms of Hadar off of the Augury on turn 2. That would be ideal. Okay, we find a peat bog, so land go. We already have a black source from the swamp. Priest of Titania, scary. Okay. So we're going to draw, and then we have 3 looks. Land, Augury, looking for the arms. Or really, okay, there we go. Boom. That feels good to be a little safer right now. 3 mana. So what we're looking for them to do is just spew their hand and not have any sort of counterspell. Plays another priest. We're going to attack for 1. Okay, perfect. Land. Kill your creatures. Yay, it worked. Plays a forest. They play a Lissalana, so they have a 3-drop. Going to start with Prologue. Poison you. Play Contentious Plan. Poison you. 1, 1, 2, 3. And then let's go for playing this swamp and then draw 2, poison you. Now we're looking for a Anoint with Affliction to kill the Lissalana. Timberwatch Elf, that's bad. So we're going to attack for 3. Next turn they have 7 damage. Let's tap these 2, play Augury. We find a Chalice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I'm going to take the Chalice. You. So now I'm going to play the Chalice on 1. And then cast my Vivisurgeon's Insight. And hope they can't kill me. This gives me a lot more mana. I'm going to get rid of a peat bog. Now we have an Anoint with Affliction. So we can take out. So tax for 7. I'm gonna Anoint with Affliction the Lissalana, I think, rather than the Timberwatch. Because then they'll only attack for 3. I guess it's attacking for 3, 4. If I take out the Timberwatch, it's 4 damage, potentially getting exponential. Let's kill this. Let's cast Insight. Okay, we just drew the nuts, so they are going to be dead. Arms you. Blip. And we'll play Blood. That's the turn. Finehorn Elves, that's another threat. Play Island. Let's Insight, draw 3. Put you to 7. 5. You. Play Prism. Let's cast this Prologue. Off the mana we have. We can go Inquiry to put them to 9. They have Prism, huh? Play another Prism. Yeah, now I have to F6. We'll discard this one. Pass the turn. So we're at 4 life. They got 1 damage coming in. Find Quirion. Attacks for 1, puts us to 3. We cannot flashback the Deep Analysis now. But we have a bunch of mana. Deep Analysis. Looking for any proliferation. Literally any. So we can get rid of all their creatures again. Apparently we were really well set up to beat Elves, or they were just really poorly set up to beat us. Let's draw some cards. Land. And then we did find the proliferation, so they're dead, Zo. We're about to be 3-0. You. Finish my proliferates. Boom. Alright. It's going pretty well. Let's go to round 4. Round 4, we have an unkeepable opener versus knockout. Mulligan. Now we have probably not able to keep this one. Mulligan again. Mulligan. Okay, we're at 4. We're keeping. So 1, 2, 3 cards. 3 cards on the bottom. So this one. Digimon. So our plan is to hopefully resolve this insight and come back in the game. Peatbog, scary, turn 3 insight, try to not die. Our opponent plays Ornithopter, Ornithopter, land, that's it. So they could be holding up, nope, not holding, oh, they could be up. Sorry, I'm spewing, but essentially what I was thinking is that they could have Metallic Rebuke, although they decided to tap off of it. They paused for a second there, so maybe they really still do. 3 cards in hand. They're going to attack with their Ornithopter and Ninja, the Ornithopter most likely. Trying to figure out what point to Ninja. Okay. Here comes the 2-1. So my thought was that this deck might be weak to Moment's Peace, but I'm not really sure if that's actually the case. I was thinking like Moment's Peace plus the potential for using this arrows. Use arrows on their 1/1s. We're going to be really dead if we don't resolve this insight. Cast a Thraven Inspector. They've got 2 cards in hand. They're going to be able to loot off of this and deal me 2 more damage, plus another 1 damage. Okay, pass the turn. Feels bad to be on the draw versus that kind of start. 2 mana. Let's see if they just glitters us and kill us. Swinging in. A hacker. Discards a Springleaf Drum. I do have it. Moment of truth. I'm ready. It's pretty disappointing. I blame you, proboscises. I guess I can't concede, but I can almost concede. They have 1 card in hand. They're going to draw another card. They're going to draw off this hacker. We just did not draw very well. I don't even... Yeah, there was literally nothing we could do. We just got hosed. So Arms of Hadar might be okay. But I was thinking I wanted the Anoint with Afflictions and the Moment's Pieces. Get rid of the Muddle. Maybe the Anoint with Afflictions not that good. Maybe Arms of Hadar is just better. It kills almost everything, except for whatever the creature is that has the stuff on it. Let's get rid of 1 weather. And we need speed, so we can get rid of a Deep Analysis. These. Okay. This is a keepable hand, but not very good. because we are missing our black source for the inquiries. Although we do have Moment's Peace and we have lots of land drops, so just play out the woodlot and start passing the turn. Could also play the scary first. Let's play the scary first. That way, if we draw into a proliferation, we could cast it. Springleaf Drum for the opponent. Ornithopter. This is just classic. They have all 0 and 1 drops, and we have all 10 drops, basically. Okay. They also like to pause on my upkeep. Maybe they're new. I explained to them that they can F5. Okay, so they've gotten all the glitters. They can attack for 6. They cannot currently counterspell me. Let's progress. I guess they could spell pierce and stuff. Pass the turn. So what we're going to be able to do is Moment's Peace and then probably just flounder and die anyway. Attack. They're going to attack for 7 here, so we don't have to peace. There's a Gingerbrute that's 8 damage, 9 damage. So for some reason they're not attacking the Springleaf Drum, or the, what are they going to ninja this thing? No blocks? We gain 9, which is effectively a turn. I'm going to Deep Analysis. Decided I am going to cast this Everflowing Chalice. The counters, somehow if they counter it, I'm dead probably, because they could have Spell Pierce, but not every list is playing Spell Pierce. If they're playing Spell Pierce plus Metallic Rebuke, so be it, I guess. We haven't poisoned them whatsoever. We have an of 1 mind. Right now we're taking 9 damage. 10 damage now after playing a land. So all the glitters kills us. They have a Mere Enforcer. Attacks for 11. Okay. Cool. I'm going to Contentious Plan right now. Put counters here. Woodlot. Let's pass the turn. So they're attacking with a bunch. Okay. Pass a Moment's Peace. We have the mana to pay. If they have double counterspell, we're dead. We cast a Metallic Rebuke, so what I'm going to do is go Experimental Augury. Did the Spell Pierce still. And Arms of Hadar, which is pretty mediocre at this point. Let's take the Weather the Storm. Doot, doot. Then we can pay. Your piece. Take a moment off, my friend. Take a piece. Okay, we have Peat Bog. So we can once again Contentious Plan. Is it better to just, yeah, I think we have to Contentious Plan right now. Arms of Hadar is not very useful. Pass the turn. I guess my plan is just to Moment's Peace on this turn, and then I'm going to go play an Inquiry, cast the Inquiry, hold priority, respond with Weather the Storm, attacks with a lot. Okay, no blocks. Peace. You have a Dispel. They have a Moon Circuit Hacker, but that doesn't help them. Does not help you, my friend, because you're not going to actually get in for damage. No cards drawn. So I could currently gain 9 life if I Weather the Storm now, and then I can cast all my things. I can Arms of Hadar. I still have to draw into another Weather the Storm, but it allows me to cast Inquiries and the Deep Analysis. So I guess I'm going to do it. 13 life. I'm going to start with Deep Analysis. Island. Cast this Insight. I'll wait for the counter. Okay, attempt to find a Moment's Peace or Weather the Storm. Did not find it. All right, round 5. Round 5, let's do it. Versus Necro Hero. We didn't play them before, did we? No, it was Knockout. I'm gonna keep. Let's see what happens. Lead on this Woodlot, I guess. That's the turn. Opponent is on island. Scary pass. We almost have enough mana to muddle, transmute for the Pentad Prism, and then Augury. They Thought Scour themselves, so they're moving a lot faster, which is cool. Mills Terror and an island. Play a Scary, pass the turn. We play a Delver. We're going to muddle the mixture. Pentad Prism. Play the Pentad Prism. I'll pay for Spell Pierce. Go ahead. Yep. Things are working out exactly to plan. Okay, they ponder. Our opponent, this opponent's much better at flipping their Delver. They ponder. Okay. Then what? It's in. Well, play a land. I would like them to tap low so that I can actually accomplish something. So I'm going to try Augury on their end step, but now they have a bunch of mana available, which is sad. I'm going to play Terror. Okay. I'll cast an Augury. They're not going to counter. Take the Insight. All right. We're going to lead on the Infectious Inquiry. Would you like to be poisoned? They're cool with it, I guess. I like it. Cast this with Multi-Kicker. And a Contentious Plan. This adds mana to our stuff. You. Boom. 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 Okay, do it again. Go 3. Augury, okay. Blue, cast Augury. My plan is to play Weather here. I've been chaining a lot. Finally, counter spells. 1, 2. So we can go blue, blue, whatever. Cast Insight. Because it's only 8 damage next turn. We are going to lose a lot of. We're losing a lot of Storm, but I think that's fine. Pass the turn. We have a lot of mana now. We can still Storm. We still have Moment's Peace, Prologue, etc., etc. Pretty much fine. Our opponent casts a Brainstorm. I guess really, if this league shows you that what I need is a plan for blue-white, although I did mulligan pretty badly. Attack us for 8, put us to 4. Play another Delver. No follow-up. Play Pentad Prism. Okay. We'll go with Progress. I guess that wasn't that necessary, but I wanted to have mana on my stuff. Okay, Counterspell. Perfect. That's the Visurgence of Insight. You go to 5 poison. Play a land. That's this thing. Let's go ahead and Inquiry. Doink. Cast Pentad Prism. Prologue. Looks like we're dead, but boing! We're not dead. Gain 27. How's it feel? We got a lot of mana now, so we can cast the Deep Analysis, pretty much no worries. Delver finds a Deep Analysis. They're attacking for 11, putting us to 18. Got the Moment's Peace in the back pocket. 2 mana. They are going to cast a Deep Analysis. Do you have any land drops? They do not have any land drop, so we work on poisoning them to death, I guess. Put you to 8. Deep Analysis. Okay, let's play some more Deep Analysis then. Doing. Okay. Let's cast this Inquiry. You go to 9. Weather the Storm. I really want to try to win right now. Guess it's not that necessary. Let's Deep Analysis first. See if we win. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We do. Okay, just have to waste all of our stuff. Finally, we win. Gotcha. Okay, that time I didn't just proliferate everything because I had the game. And my Pentad Prisms were all free from counters, which was sad. I like the arrows. I don't even remember how I boarded last time. Just arrows for 2 chalices, I believe. Try it again. We're gonna mull. This is fine. Put back a peat bog. We're gonna lead on the scary. Okay, scary pass. Our opponent cycles a Lorien at end step, finds an island, plays an island. We're gonna play peat bog and pass the turn. Then mental note, that's fine. If you tap your other land, I'm gonna prologue you. Doing. Out. Play a Cryptic Servant. So what are we worried about? I'm gonna cast this Chalice and hope that I don't get it countered. Please don't counter me. No, 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 no. I'll pay. Sadly. Contentious plan. Ding, ding, ding. Pass. They get in for 6. That's a lot of damage. Gonna go with a Deep Analysis to draw some cards. They're gonna counter. I mean, I'm gonna pay. You have another counter? They don't. Get in for 6 again. We currently do not have very much going on. Play is scary. I think I'm going to wait until they play some spells and then go prologue plus Weather the Storm. It's in for 6. Okay, we're at 2. 3 cards in hand. Prologue. Okay, we find a second Weather the Storm. Solid. Play another scary. Let's go cast Steady Progress. I will pay. First of all. Weather the Storm. That's the turn. So we're going to gain. This gives us 2 turns basically of attacks. And then I want to go for the next turn. We lost our black source, which stinks. We're going to go Woodlot and then play the Surgeon's Insight. Get in. Plays a Terror. That's bad. Bad news bears. Play the Woodlot. Play Insight. Okay, they got us, I think. Weather, pass a turn. We take 11. Their last card was a counter. Good stuff. We need a fog. Oh, right. Solid. Going to Deep Analysis. I'll cast my Chalice. Play a scary. So now the plan is, upkeep. We tap Chalice and the Woodlot, cast the Moment's Peace. If they have a counterspell, we have to lose the scary. They didn't have a counterspell. They have another Terror. Okay. Whatever card in hand was not a counterspell. Right now, we're going to attempt to cast Surgeon's Insight. Resolves. You'll love to see it. Play Woodlot. Play Prism. Cast a Steady Progress. And you. Done. So now we have a couple of turns. Oh man, this is definitely tight. Upkeep. Moment's Peace. Okay. Passing. So they have 2 cards in hand now. Pentide Prism. Going to use this mana for an Inquiry, which is 6. I go to 1 life. Play a land. Use this mana. I should really play it. I don't know if the arrows matters right now. I guess I'll play it. Play the arrows. Put it on the Serpent. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cast this Fifth Surgeon's Insight. 0 cards in hand. Wow. How are we alive? You go to 7. And then we can now try to cast another Insight. Wow. Somehow we just win the game. I was pretty sure I was dead there. Boom. 8. And the cool thing here is we just have enough to augury a few times. Get the weather storm. Boing. Okay, let's augury again. And I'm not going to rub it in with the weather the storm. That would be BM. But we do win. Kill your creature. Now I'm having fun clicking all my stuff. All right. Got the 4-1. Deck feels strong. I think that, we just got steamrolled by blue-white affinity, but that's fine. You can't beat them all. I feel like this is a deck that's very good versus terrors, so I like that part about it. I think it's good versus some types of burn decks, regular non-blue-white affinity with. So basically aggro that doesn't have counterspells, you can Moment's Peace them. But when they have counterspells, it's a much bigger problem. I was pretty excited to win versus Elves. I like that. So hopefully you enjoyed. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.